Last August, there was a student who came into my kindergarten class lacking in basic readiness skills. He could not recognize his name. He could not write his name. He did not know his letters, numbers, or colors. Immediately, I began to come up with all the reasons as to why he was behind his kindergarten peers. Reasons like he came from a single-parent home. He had an insufficient preschool experience. He came from a low socioeconomic status. He lived in public housing. He was disadvantaged. He lacked motivation. He was a boy. And the most obvious, he was black. In a nutshell, this 5-year-old black boy represented the achievement gap in my classroom, or what Hugh Price of the National Urban League calls the preparation gap. Honestly, I tried to convince myself that if he failed in my classroom, it would not be my fault, because I had already justified in my mind the reasons for his current failures. Just that quickly, I allowed negative thinking to paint a picture of this little boy's inferiority. I did not even have to work at it. Stereotypical thinking operates independent of what we think, say, or do. It takes a conscious effort to recognize when stereotypes are at work and to do something about it. Indeed, this young boy faced some of those personal barriers that I previously mentioned, but what could I do to change them? Some of those barriers were beyond my control. I was reminded of my brother's public school experience. In first grade, his teacher wanted to refer him to special education because he could not hold his pencil correctly. I thought, we'll teach him how to hold his pencil correctly. In second grade, he wanted to be president of the United States. And his teacher told him, you can't be president of the United States, choose something else. That is, until she was confronted by my parents. My brother experienced this and then some, and he lived in a 2-parent household. He was middle class, and we did not live in public housing. As I sat reflecting, I knew that I did not want this 5-year-old boy in my class to have the same school experience that my brother had. I did not want to play a part in signing a death warrant for his dreams. I knew that I was the variable that really mattered. So I changed my focus. I chose to focus on what I couldn't yet see with my natural eyes, his hidden potential waiting to be unleashed with good teaching and preparation. However, in order to do that, I had to have a vision. Miles Monroe describes vision as the following. He said that vision is seeing things ahead of time. It is future-focused. It is a clear picture of things that do not exist right now, but they can exist. It never maintains the status quo. It empowers people to act. It is the source of true leadership, and vision is where we hope to be. So what was the vision that I had for my student? My vision was to see him as a reader, a writer, a problem solver, a learner, and an achiever. I also saw him as college-bound, wearing a suit and a tie, and one day leading in his chosen field. I saw him confident. Thank you. I saw him confident in his identity and using his sense of self to confront the harsh society that he would one day face and be an agent for change. From that moment forward, my PLC and I worked to address the possibilities of this student and many more like him across our grade level. My Chapel Hill colleagues, what is the vision that we have for our students? What do you believe about them? What kind of seeds are we planting for the students that we educate? Do we believe that all children should receive a quality education, or just those who come to us already prepared? Do we believe in the myth of white superiority and black-brown inferiority? Do we water seeds of white privilege and institutionalized racism in our schools, or do we work to remove them? Do we endorse negative stereotypes about our students, or do we work to counteract those stereotypes by building authentic relationships? To close the achievement gap, Chapel Hill has to have what Asa Hilliard said in The Maroon Within Us. He said that the knowledge and skills to educate already exist, but do we have willing adults to educate all children? The willing part is the key word because it is a matter of our choices. It is our deepest desires. My vision is for CHCCS to be a place where skin color no longer negates our growth. Thank you. My vision is for CHCCS to be a place where academic achievement is no longer racially predictable. My vision is for CHCCS to be passionate about educating our students and hold each other accountable for our precious human capital. My vision is for CHCCS to become an anti-racist system in which we confront white privilege, actively work to end racism, and integrate into this educational system the oneness of humankind. My vision is for CHCCS to implement a curriculum that strengthens equity and social justice in our classrooms and in our schools. None of us knows for certain what the future will hold. We can be certain that whatever it holds, it will be significantly influenced by the quality of education our students receive. Don't we want good returns on our investments? Ask your neighbor, do you want good returns on your investments? You all are already the best. That's obvious. Yes, you're the best. We know. That's great. Let us leave here and go forward in bringing Chapel Hill closer to fulfilling educational equity for all. You see, true vision is really a function of our hearts. What we believe in our hearts is tied to what we do. What we do is tied to the experiences our students will have. I challenge each of you to develop your own visions for your classrooms and your schools. Be the variable that really matters. Thank you.